Hello, hello. Welcome back. Um, I've been playing a lot off stream, and it I always, when I'm off stream, somehow develop the urge to start playing again um, on stream. I don't know, complicated relationship, I guess, but we're gonna try out some more tech here. Um, I had been running ley lines on the sideboard in addition to Dothies, and there's just not a whole lot of living ends right now. And I wanted to bring in some more like generic answers to Living End and the Rhinos matchup in general. I mean, so I just added the third Chalice of the Void um, and the side. Chalice, Bridge, Ratchet Bomb, all pretty decent, I would say, against Rhinos. It could be the case that I want to just kind of like maybe run the full playset of Chalice just to cover my bases. Um, But Force of Despair is a card that I've like had somewhat of a soft spot for because it can answer Titans. If on your Titans big Titan churn, you could potentially just blow them out if they go like super all in on something. And with Titan being one of the best decks in the format, maybe it's worth it to have that as a slot. Um, so just kind of looking over back of the main deck again. I cut one swamp to add in a Castle Lochthwain. Um, Castle Lochthwain's a good card. It's a black source, and it in some grinding games will allow you to kind of draw some extra cards, and especially if it's like a control variant, that extra card or two can really make a difference. Um, but the big downside of it, and the reason why I would switch over to Takenuma, and now I'm just going to be running a split of these two cards, is that because Takenuma provides some amount of utility while being an untapped black source for turn one. There's some tension because it doesn't act as an untapped black source for Castle Lacthwain on turn two, so you may end up in positions where the sorry, I thought I heard somebody knocking on my door. You may just end up in positions where you're, you know, forced to play one of these out, like maybe play the castle tap to have two untapped black on turn two. Um, but I don't know, we'll see how often that comes up. Still 13 swamps. Uh, Not running the full playset of Misha's Factory. I think that already the math um, is pretty bad for Saga to Factory. Like I think that um, you're just like uh, okay, I guess Force of Despair doesn't really work on your opponent's turn. I wonder if that means that we want to cut it for something else. Maybe the Four Chalice. I'll think about it some more. Because I was also thinking like maybe like if they go end of turn, um, violent outburst or something, you could wipe their board. Uh, Assuming you have three mana available. Oh no, sorry, I'm getting off track here. Anyways, Misha's Factory. I think the math was six colorless sources is not great. Um, for having untapped black on turn two, but it's sort of like a concession that like sometimes Factory is just like a good card that can sneak in those extra points of damage, and adds a point of toughness to your constructs. Um, what else? Oh yeah, I'm running the full playset of Thoughtseize in addition to the full playset of the Inquisition now, and just two Raven's Crime, so as my 10 discard spells. I was finding that like I wanted to have another targeted removal spell. Um, for the matchups that are really mattered, like going turn one, um, take your Foundation Breaker versus or your Force of Vigor versus the Living End deck, um, or the Rhinos deck. I found it to be very useful. Sorry, I'm still just agonizing over this other Force of Despair here. Let's just run it. The bright side to this is it doesn't get got by, oh, did I not? I removed it. It doesn't get got by like enchantment and artifact hate. I just really hate losing to the Cascade matchups, and it seems like where we struggle quite a bit, because they're always generating like two bodies with one card. So it's very tempting just to get this other Chalice in the side. I think I talked myself into the other Chalice. We'll just run the full Chalice. Okay, so some more synergies here. Cling to Dust kind of help us gain the life back from the Thoughtseizes. And then Smallpox, or the Nether Spirits have synergy with Bitter Triumph and Smallpox, and Lily that you can discard to value. Um, I think having two is necessary because you just want to draw it on those turns that you're going to be Smallpoxing, and um, you can sometimes create a situation where you're like able to attack with one and then the other one's back and block. It's very rare that both are in the graveyard at the same time. So anyways, let's just run into a league here. So now I'm debating my Force of Despair choice. You know what? Yeah, let's just go. I have been considering Bowmaster as like another card to play in the sideboard as maybe like a 2-of to bring in versus like Murktide. I had the ley lines in the sideboard and I had been boarding them in sometimes versus Murktide, but I found that like when you board like that, you just end up losing to like their creatures and stuff. And that's not exactly where I wanted to be. I think if Dredge was more popular and the Living End were a little bit more popular, I would consider going back to them. But I think the combo of Cling to Dust, Nile Spellbomb, um, Dothies, uh, Chalices, Force of Despairs, I think that's all going to be good enough. We'll see. You know, I haven't like exactly worked out like what goes in, what goes out. I was just kind of looking at the sideboard, being like, well, what stuff I really want to hedge against. I think maybe next stream, um, yeah, here we're seeing the factory. They're playing Kahira, so it looks like it's probably control. So Smallpox not looking as good here. Saga is if we can find another land. All right, now that we know what we're playing against, we can Thoughtseize. We'll take the, now that they drew the Lorien revealed, or then they drew the second land, I think we just take the, we'll take the growth spiral just to try to prevent them from ramping, I guess. I was really hoping we could have sniped the Lorien revealed while they only had one land in hand. Utopia Sprawl. Okay. If we draw land here, Alright, I never mind. They could potentially subtlety me in response. They choose not to. Alright, so we're hoping to dodge land from them. Okay. Now the real question is do I smallpox this turn to keep him off of mana? It's really tough. I think the answer is yes, though. We'll get the rack next turn, we'll start doing stuff. And hopefully we strand cards in their hand. Oh, they got the fourth land, so I was kind of glad that we did what we did there. Land? No land, but we have some beaters in play. All right. I don't think that this push is ever going to do anything. So let's get in. And then next turn we can do the thing. They're stopping in our upkeep. All right. Feeling good. All right, we won the first match. Okay, versus sideboard doesn't look amazing for this matchup. I think maybe on the draw, a smallpox. I wonder if they're also a chalice deck. Let me just look up real quick. Sideboard includes Engineered Explosive, Force of Vigor. Okay. with that in mind, I think maybe we want to bring in the needles. They're not a chalice deck, so we can cut that. Got to make a couple cuts here. Maybe have it be that. We'll just go down the second. Could be the case that Dothy is not as good on the draw. But I guess we'll find out. Oh yeah, the pushes are bad in this matchup. The only thing they really hit are the Shark Typhoon tokens and Hull once they get that going. This hand's sort of bad. No turn 1 disruption unless we draw it here. We fail to. We'll play out Lily first. See if they want a cryptic command. If they do, bounce Dothy. Yeah. I'm kind of interested in smallpoxing here. Let's see if they want to counter this. They don't. Probably sack the Vista. Get to run the same playback potentially. Yeah. I mean, oh no, they don't. Okay. Yeah, maybe Dothy is slightly worse on the draw. I mean, yeah, I mean, definitely is the case. Wilderness Reclamation. Cool. Okay. I'd love to draw a Cling here to clean up this Memory Deluge. Notably, Dothy Voidwalker cannot cast Memory Deluge for free. Hmm. Second Wilderness Reclamation. Okay. They're gonna get to flashback their Memory Deluge here, and they'll have some mana open. Six mana. So Dothy does exile this one. Um, all right, well, we'll get in because that's what we can do. Yeah, not having any early disruption, having these fatal pushes in instead of literally anything else. Wow. This is also a good one to know about. So, fortunately not tapping that as well. They should probably just crack this if they care about this, but they probably don't care about the rings anymore, right? Um, we'll just pass. Hold up growth spiral. Okay. I think we lose this one. They just can't. We just can't keep up with a one ring. They have blast zone in the event that we do draw a needle for it. And eventually they'll just, I don't know, put enough sharks into play where we can't keep up. How many shark typhoons are they running? If any, they run the playset. New ring. Mm. Uh, cancel because we can't do anything. Okay. We are chilling. Our opponent is like pretty. Okay, they have. I yielded. I should have turned off auto yields. We'll take the 3. We'll just discard this Raven's Crime. It's not really doing anything. Their their list is a little bit different than what I've seen here. I wonder if they are on sharks. Pick your poison. I will sacrifice this. Kahira to hand. Alright. The Kahira win condition. We will attempt a Thought Seize. Oh, Veils. Okay. Big Shark. Hmm. We're just chilling till they kill us. We'll see if they can assemble the lock. Yeah. They've drawn a lot of cards. Nearing. Do they find Nexus again? Deluge. This probably finds it. I'd be pretty surprised if it doesn't. They have to be pretty unlucky. Hall's also there. Ugh. Okay. Well, I'll concede on the Nexus cast. Yeah, I'll concede. Okay. All right. So I think that the pushes are probably not amazing. I'll bring in the smallpoxes on the off chance we can catch them on a. I do like the pushes because they hit Hall, which would be one way we die. But if they go like a Utopia Sprawl opener, the smallpox can punish them. I don't think that they'll do that, but you know, they might. This is a interesting hand. Um, no, again, no turn one disruption. Maybe we'll get lucky and they'll do the thing. They don't. Hmm. We'll go to combat. Punch in for 3. Let's see if we can get there with some 3/2s. If they're missing land here, that's good for us. Okay, that means we have a chance. This is very tempting, by the way. Let's see if they have the Veil. They do. We'll just name the One Ring here. Get in. We have an interesting turn ahead of us. We could draw 3. We're just gonna keep smushing. No additional lands from them's great. They need to play their, oh, they play Wilderness Wreck. If we can connect with one of these, and play Smallpox, will be golden. We'll see if they have a, they tap down our team here. I'm gonna play Pick Your Poison. Actually, no, I can Veil in response. Oh man, that is not what I thought was gonna happen. I thought for a moment I was gonna be able to um, uh, it's not target opponent. Well, they've got they play the ring. So from here, what do we do? So we have a cryptic command. Notably. Hmm. Two life's not a lot of life, by the way. We could potentially cryptic command. Um, if they try to play another ring. We also have two smallpoxes in hand. Do they have this other veil? All right. We got there 1-0, despite sort of a misplay earlier. I would have rather had two Dothies in play. Um, all right. This is always like, when we start coming up and we're like, okay, we played against another tier 2.5, tier 3 deck, and we either like win or lose that one. Because we're just not like boarded for those kind of matchups. Sadly, not second mana source here. This hand is fine. I think we keep. I'll put back the Nether Spirit just on the off chance that this spell bomb is good. Watch me like just fully regret not playing it out turn one. Living End? This could be. It is Ragavan, or it's Murktide. Okay. Let's see if they play out a threat. They don't. I will not play into Spell Pierce. Monkey. Okay. I love to draw into black land. I could be cheeky and needle their Scalding Tarn, but I don't know if that's good. Because it's probably not good. We'll just play Thoughtseize. We'll take their iteration, play this, and we'll stay back on D. They top. I think that we will murder this on their upkeep. I'll get in. They bolt. I'll play Lily. Start going up. Shredder. Darcy. I could just go up here. If I do, they just they attack next turn. We make a bro. I think I'm into racing. So we just have edicts on board. Cool. Okay. Stuff to bring in. Needle could be good for Needle could be good for fucking what's his name? For Fable the Mirror Breaker. Um, they usually have like Brother's Head End, Fable, the Mirror Breaker, Cast into the Fire. Those are cards that we're thinking about. Um, maybe Pithing Needle's too narrow in that instance. Um, definitely want to bring the Raven's Crime out. Maybe I trim a Thoughtseize. And that's so weird. Maybe I got a Saga for Blood Moon. What's the worst card here? I've never cut Saga before. For the Blood Moon games. I've heard of people cutting it for Blood Moon games. You know, we're testing stuff out. Let's just cut it. Sounds great. Opponent kept 7. Bloodchief's Thirst. I think I'll take a hit. Like if they dash Monkey, I'll kill Monkey. But if they don't. E for 1. Okay. That's fine. Let's see if they defend. Okay. I meant to play the stupid factory here. This could be Spell Pierce. It's Thundering Falls. Okay. I keep one card on top. Yeah, I care about the Force. We're jamming. Okay. Do we bait the Cast into Fire? I think no. Flooding here hurts. Bobble. think now that we have our push here, we can pretty comfortably get in. Okay. Looks like we're both flooding. I'm just gonna play lands out in the case of us having to pay for Spell Pierce. Other Spirit's a fun one. Means we've got blocker for Monkey. Darcy. I mean, I should maybe have done it on their end of step. Yeah, I should have done it in a step. Yeah. That's fine. Let's see what they're packing over there. It could be the case that it's nothing that we care about. It is nothing that we care about. We'll take the cast into the fire. I just really don't want to get monkeyed, so we'll just hang back. It could be the case that they boarded out monkey post board. But they're on the play. Murktide. All right. Let me just pass here. I should have ditched the Urborg because it gives them the ability to, yeah, some small plays like this. All right, we're just chilling. Oh yeah, I should have ditched the Urborg because it makes it so that all right. Bridge is a more live draw. I didn't want to play the land out on the off chance that we just wanted to discard it to Lily. Well, this Nether Spirit's gonna go the distance, I think. Castle's a pretty good one in this spot. Though to be fair, we have like way too many cards in hand. I'm not taking that much damage to draw a card. Let's see what's working over here. Okay. Okay. We'll hold on to that land for Bitter Triumph. We just gotta pray that we dodge Lightning Bolt. Alright, drew the cast into fire. Preordain. See if they can find their last bolt. Two top. All right, we need to draw into um, Cling. They topped 2 cards. Which is spooky. Um, all right. Okay. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Hopefully it isn't Exile Iraq. Not Iraq. We can't draw with our castle. All right. 2-0. Against Nona Ripper. Yeah. Reasonable hand. We got some spells in the Saga. Looks like we're giving against Murktide again. Okay. All right, this is great. Oh, interesting. So we'll go do that. Kill you. Murktide, which we will send back to that Shadow Realm. Um, get rid of this needle. Okay. Raven's Crime out. I don't know how much I liked the idea of taking out our Saga. I just can't think of like good cuts otherwise. We would just go down Thoughtseize. They mold a 6. This Pithing Needle doesn't necessarily do anything. I'll join them. Much better hand. We'll bottom a swamp. Keep. Goodbye, swamp. Again, we're just gonna pass. We'll take one. Let them get their value. Okay. They got Needle. So they just need instant in the bin for Delirium. They got it. Ooh, Frank. Do you have like a link to like those results? So far we're 2-0. Shudder. Spirit's been amazing, actually. I'm on 2 of them. I'm gonna play Spell Bomb. I'll pox them here. I probably should have played it in the other order. Don't play enough against this card. Um, I'm tempted to ditch this. I'm gonna ditch the Saga. Let's take them off their graveyard now. Not getting any value. Snipe the Murktide. All right. I will start attacking. Once I finish this match, I'll bring up the list. But I just played against Murktide and Nether Spirit took them from 14 to 0. Yeah, GG. Good that they took the block, otherwise they'd be dead. And now we just have to dodge Brotherhood End. Okay. Three and 0. This is the list. Let me put a sweater on, it's freezing here. So I decided just to go in the playset of Chalice because I was tired of oh, sorry. I don't have a link to it, unfortunately. I'm not that fancy. Maybe I should get the thing. But it's essentially like Bitter Triumph um as the 2 mana removal spell. Pairs pretty good with Nether Spirit. So basically Smallpox, Bitter Triumph, Liliana of the Veil, um, all give you some value with Nether Spirit. And then I'm running 4 Thoughtseize, 2 Raven's Crime, 4 Inquisition as my discard suite. And then like with the idea that the Cling to Dust will help offset some of that life loss. But I've been finding that like I just really want to have that other piece of targeted discard early on. So like and being able to snipe like Force of Vigor and stuff it's so big. Like I won a game versus Living End where I like, you know, had Leyline of the Void on the play, Thoughtseize them, took their what do you call it? Foundation Breaker. This hand's fine. Really needs to draw. But yeah, like being able to snipe, like having the extra card, extra Thoughtseize to get rid of their 4 mana, disenchants. I'm playing a lot of against this Zoo deck on the ladder. See if our opponent is a... They just skip their turn. Okay. We'll just play Spell Bomb. For Raven's Crime. I've been off of Raven's Crime for a while. Oh, it's Footfall Zoo. What the f... Okay. Let's see what you're doing over here. Yeah, I mean it's nice. I just it's like for me, um, with like once you draw one Raven's Crime, like you're good for the rest of the game. So I think having two for like a little bit of redundancy is fine. But also just like playing if you're playing against like Living End or Murktide, um, just making them discard, giving them the opportunity to choose. It's just like it's such a tough sell for me. Play a land. All right, so we've got some rhinos coming down. I'd love to draw a land for this lily. Consolation prize, we draw the land at least for Saga. So 2 crimes turn 2, yeah, is the same as wrench, but it's 2 cards for 2 cards instead of 1 card for 2 cards. You do get around artifact, um, the artifact restriction. I wonder what our opponent has over here. Is it Tribal Flames? So they're gonna get some rhinos this turn. We have push to take out a rhino, and then our constructs. Actually, no, they don't get rhinos this turn. It's just like shardless. Okay. So if we draw um, a black land, we get to uh, huh. So I think we just murder a token. They can trade. They're just chumping. Oh, they're trading here. Maybe I should have held the push. So now they get Rhino tokens. Yeah, I don't think that, like, I don't know. I really want them to print like a 2 mana unconditional discard spell. Um, that would be like clutch if they did that. I'd really, yeah, if they play another spell here that doesn't remove my racks, I'm happy. It's just like, yeah, keep playing your shardless agents, you know? I gotta take the last card out of their hand, and then they die their racks. I'm gonna Thought Seize just to play it safe. Oh. Huh. Okay. There's a point for a point for Raven's Crime. We just need to dodge removal spell and hopefully draw into. All right. Bingo. Okay. Still die. All right. I have a pile. I have a pile of cards to bring in here. Uh, so what's bad? I don't necessarily want to overboard either. It will go down some target removal. Maybe it's best to go down smallpox here. I hate to say it. Maybe I'll cut a crime. A thought seize. 2 smallpox. I really wish this was a Thoughtseize. Oh, they put a card on top. I'd be super hype if they force this. They're not going to. Oh my god, I love that they discarded Force of Vigor. That is my favorite thing that's happened so far. Um, do they have Boseiju? They have Binding. Okay. I'd love for them to go land, shardless. I'm not going to. Hmm. I'm gonna just pass. Okay. I'm passing here because I don't want to have to pitch cast for my Force of Despair. Goodbye, board. It's all creatures that entered this turn. I think now we resolve. Huh. Do I go Lily or do I? I'll just make a construct. Yeah, suck it, Rhinos. So I'm doing this. I'll make a construct. If they play uh, another shardless, okay, we can kill that with Lily. All right. We'll top it. I will say that this will be not the easiest thing to race. It is lifelink. Uh, do you have counterspell? Is end of turn Rhinos? Nope, just island cycling. And next turn we'll get our our third rack. Okay. 4-0. Let's get another Murktide opponent. I will say the matchup that I am most afraid of is Yawgmoth. Yeah. I don't really know what we possibly can do in that matchup. Um, with Agatha's Soul Cauldron and everything is Yawgmoth. Everything is Grist. Um, you can't just needle Yawg anymore. So could be the case that like we want maybe some cursed totems or like a cursed totem. Yeah. Like this like leyline is like I feel like sometimes with the leyline hands you just like play your leyline and you just die still. You like leyline is one of those cards where it's either well it's no long it's like you win on the spot versus some decks. Um, and then versus like other decks it like buys you some time. I think that if you're playing like a more a creature based build, like if you have sufficient pressure you can get through. Okay, we're paired. Oh, I thought it said we were paired. Oh, here we go. Playing against Strong Smash. All right, deck. Give me some good opening hands. That is not a good opening hand. No, deck. Okay. Leyline. Okay. I asked for Murktide. Removal spell. Removal spell. I didn't specify. I play castle here. Tarmogoyf. Kavu. Okay. This zoo list has been everywhere. Is this reprieve? You see, I want to play the smallpox, but um, then I lose out on my clock. Okay. I'm going to take this trade. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. Pray that they don't draw into a discard spell, and we'll do exactly what we're just going to thoughts. All right. So now we get to take them off of Macadal and the monkey in hand. Land. Oh god, it's so tempting just to go. I'm gonna make a construct. Get a rack. Take monkey. And now we have a blocker for Nicodle for infinity. Unless they also binding it. I think your line was like aggressive and I like it. Okay. Lily? Uh, okay, so here's a question. Do I do I just chill and then draw a card? If I chill and draw a card, I take 2. Alternatively, I hit them for 2. I think the high upside is here is to wait. and draw a card. Especially with them drawing land. Yeah. I'd love to draw another rack. So we play Spellbomb, Smallpox, and now we get to get in. So do I draw now? I'm gonna hold. Because this is an anthem for our card construct. Hi, Dan. Please just flood. Leyline. It's not the card I was hoping for. Wreck. Yeah. Rack adjacent. I'm holding bomb for the anthem. That way I have 2 lethal attackers next turn. Hey, Jeff. Okay. Sweating here. Sweating. Spellbomb comes out. Bridges are decent. Needles are mid. I think the thought seizes are also pretty bad. So run it like that. We will keep. Our opponent starts with 7. Just hope that they don't have a monkey start. They have an Acatl start. I want to draw a Thought Seize for Draco. Opponent keeping a speculative hand. All right. Now we get to play our sagas. Pushes an amazing draw. Five and 0, everyone. Oh yeah. You made it just in time, Dan. I mean, you only got to see like a little bit of the match, but we got there. He scooped, man. He scooped. Oh man. And you were here for all of it, Docs. I'm so nervous, and it's like my house is cold, so I'm like shaking because I'm cold. I'm shaking because I'm nervous. Look at that. What a rip, man. Uh, this is the big thing. 225 play points. And alternate art Beseju. Oh yeah, this is going on YouTube. Um, I haven't uploaded a YouTube video in a long time. In a long time. So I may not get to it today. Yeah, I've heard there's somebody called like BFG or something that is doing pretty well. Uh, the news in response to your question, Dan, the sideboard cards have felt like amazing. Um, uh, Force of Despair, I think, was sort of like an all-star this league. Uh, just, um, just put in work. Um, we played we played against what did we play against? We played against two zoo decks. One which was more which was Rhinos, like Rhinos with Leyline, and then we played against Zoo with Leyline. We played against Murktide at least twice, and I think there was one other deck we played against. It may have just been Murktide, but yeah, Force of Despair. I'm gonna have to pick up my playset of this card. It's gonna spike. People, the ARAC gamers are gonna be like all over this. Just you wait. All right. Um, I have how many? I'm running two right now. I don't know if that's the right number. Um, but I decided that's what I kind of had the space for because before the Force of Despairs, there were four Leyline of the Voids in my sideboard, and I swapped out for two Force, two extra Chalice. So yeah, uh, hell yeah. Um, any closing thoughts? Nether Spirit, uh, good, good question mark. I love it. Um, and it sides out so cleanly with Dothies because you just when you're bringing Dothies in, you just cut the two Nether Spirits, and that's already two cards. But I think the synergy with these like 12 cards is great. Um, I'm still happy with my Thoughtseize Ravens Crime split. There was one game where the Ravens Crime would have been better as a Thoughtseize. I think that like it's kind of personal preference. Maybe Inquisitions are just where you make the cut from for the other Ravens Crime. But I so prefer having like the targeted discard spells. Uh, da, 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 da. So that could be an avenue to explore in the future. Um, Castle was good in the game that it was good. Um, and I don't think it's like a win more card. I think that like we play in such razor thin margins that Castle Lock we're usually like almost already dead. We're like pretty close. It's pretty close to the end of the game when we have Castle, and like I was able to just like kind of draw into a couple more things. Um, I don't know. Um, yeah, it totally can. Da, da, da. I didn't board in Dothy, I think. Maybe I did. I might have boarded it in for one game. I think actually no, I didn't. I think that I usually kind of bring it in for Rhinos. Um, like on the play because we can just cast. Oh, I did bring in Dothy. Oh, I remember. We we cryptic commanded uh counter the opponent's ring bounce their wilderness wreck to hand. That was definitely I think play of the game. Okay. Anyways, thanks again for everybody popping in. I gotta take off. Definitely reinvigorated to play this archetype some more going forward. And I basically got back all the money that I lost in play points. So thanks for popping in, everyone. We almost 10-0'd it, 10-1. But yeah, I'll catch you all later.